What's up, Starcraft fans? Last time we did Dehaka with Tyrannosaurs and Creepers and all that stuff. This time we will do Zeratul with Zeratul himself and the Void Templar. My prestige will be Knowledge Seeker so that I can have unlimited fragments, and my masteries will be Combat Unit Attack Speed so that my Void Templar can slash faster. We'll go with Fragment Spawn Rate so I can get more fragments, and Legendary Legion cost because the Telbrus Legion is mostly melee. So let's play once again on Oblivion Express. Thank you to Endarth, Lucinous, and Peter, Shadow Archon who are supporting me in the Pulse Cannon tier. And thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. We're once again on Maguro map so we can select the enemy comp, which is Classic Ground Zerg. Okay, so similar to Vorzun, similar to Vorzun's Dark Templar, Zeratul's Void Templar are cloaked and are Dark Templar essentially, but also they have an ability which is Blink. It normally isn't really banned because for Vorzun's Dark Templar, Blink just moves them across the map, but for Zeratul, Blink is an offensive skill because anything that they teleport across that's an enemy unit will take damage. So Blink is actually a powerful attack unit for the Void Templar, which would be great, but it's ranged, so I will not actually count the Blink in this run. So since I can't not research Blink, I will just not use Void Blink in this run. You have been warned. Some of you guys might be triggered by my non-usage of it because it is actually an integral skill. One of the skills that makes Void Templar such an amazing option in this map is unfortunately ranged, so I cannot use it, or if I use it, I cannot count it. So I'll try to minimize it if possible. So you have a couple of Zealots derping, but that's fine. I just needed to break the rocks. So on this map, on this particular map, the Zeratul can actually cage the Fragment. The Fragment is somewhere here in this spot, so if Zeratul is good about placing his buildings, he will be able to trap the Fragment just somewhere in this area. So I'll put down, well, after the Nexus is gone or is down, I'll put down the gateway here. T2 has a guide on how to place your buildings on this map to trap all the fragments, and I will do just that. So for now, I'm just saturating my mineral line. Later on, Zeratul will also be a melee unit. The Shadow Cleave, or the Spin to Win, is absolutely a melee unit. It works similar to Dehaka's Magic Fart. It works similar to Spider-Mine Detonation. It works similar to Phoenix's spinny thing with his Predator suit, so I will absolutely count the spin itself. However, the Tornado will be ranged, obviously, so that means I will not go for the third prestige, so I won't even have to worry about having it count. Now that the gateway is down, I put another gateway and the core forge so I can cage the Fragment over here.
I am ready to stand beside.
Zeratul is out. Start another gateway there, just so I can trap the Fragment. There we go. So I actually just temporarily put out a gateway there before the core forge completes, just so I can trap the Fragment. So I used the void suppression crystal because the Tesseract Monolith is absolutely a ranged structure, so definitely does not count. Ooh, look at that fancy effect on the border. Nice. It's been a while since I last saw it. I will use the Telbrus Legion over here. Will deal damage, but the 11 kills, that's actually a lot. But the Legion itself, specifically the Zealots that came along with it, will be able to deal tremendous damage to the train, and that's really nice. That's what I paid for. That's exactly what I paid for. They will take a lot of damage, but they also deal a lot of damage. Besides, it doesn't matter to me if they all lose, because I already paid for them anyway. I just needed to maximize their value. That's all they are to me right now. Just value, that ain't to maximize.
Our foes are on the march.
Next attack wave, we have Zeratul running over here. I'll try to get a good connection. Unfortunately, they still have detection. For this part, I do actually want them to have detection. First Void Templar is on the map. You can see there's a little bug here, but that will allow me to just claim the fragment easily. So I have trapped the fragment here. Every single fragment thereafter will spawn in this little spot, which will allow me to easily claim the fragment. Next wave will come from the northeast. You can see now I have unlimited storage space for my Void Templar. That's really awesome. This one still does not have detection, so I just kind of walk close to the Spore Crawler to give them detection. But effectively, I just make them aggro to Zeratul, so it'll be easier to use the Shadow Cleave or the Spin to Win to delete those guys.
From the shadows I come.
Next train will approach from the far east side. Of course, I delete these guys. So a bunch of these Mutalisks require anti-air, but the good news is Zeratul Shadow Cleave, while also being anti-air, is also a melee attack. That's why it is absolutely fair game. Although that being said, I will still deduct a few points of health, because he will at some points in this game auto attack the Mutalisk and these Overseers, so I will kind of still deduct like maybe 1,000 health off of it. I think that's fair. Deducting 1,000 health. Another fragment. You can see that the cage has worked wonders and allowed me to just claim these fragments very quickly. Just delete these things. You just send these guys out, these Telbrus. They're already spent, might as well just maximize their damage. That is only Telbrus. He just storms this guy. I kind of realized too late that Telbrus is still kind of doing his thing while also being arranged in it, so I probably should pull him away. But now that well, he goes down anyway. But since I count the raw damage anyway, it wouldn't really hurt that much to have get a little extra damage, as long as the melee get theirs. Here come the guys. So smash their faces in. Void Templar doing Void Templar things. And again, I just use the blink in this case for mobility, not really to deal damage, so that is still fine. So I have a bunch of watchers here to just give me incredibly huge vision of the map. Look at that. Since this thing sieges, that's so much vision afforded. Try to siege over this unpathable terrain to give myself maximum vision. Another fragment. Collect this third one, or this fourth one rather. This is my fourth fragment, which is pretty neat. I load Zeratul into the Void Eye, and then have him delete these guys. Just kinda, yeah, just use the blink for mobility to minimize damage on the guys, but primarily use the auto attack of the Void Templar to delete these trains. I split off some Void Templar to attack the lurkers that come. The good news is I already have the watchers here. That's good. That's really good. That's a lot of damage actually. 3 hybrids are nothing to scoff at. Right here. I think Zeratul took care of that hybrid over there. So all I have to do is fly in over here with this Void Eye. Unload. Siege up and unload all my Void Templar. Start whacking this train. Train will take a lot of damage. And train will go down very easily. You can see the reinforcements have started to arrive. They will start picking off my detection, or my void, or Zalaga Watchers. There we go. That's what they're called. I unload all these guys here. Yeah, that's one of those things that I have to auto attack. So I'll deduct some damage. Maybe 1,000. Get that 5th fragment. I believe it's 5 now. You can see how many fragments I have based on how many upgrades my Void Templar have. So in this case 5. So I just keep whacking these things. Another observer, or another watcher.
Time to step up your game.
Just gives me all that detection. Siege up, give me all this vision. Use the demote dude to, well, demote these guys. Let my Void Templar have an easy time. And note that, once again, I'm not using my Void Templar to blink. Just Zeratul himself. Only Zeratul himself is allowed to blink because it's not offensive. It's not offensive, rather. These are somehow different words. Crazy how offensive and offensive are different words. Anyway, move the Void Eye over here. Unload the guys. Move the Artifact of Essence to the center and then demote all these guys to bring as much of them to the ground as possible. And allow my Void Templar to make short work of them. Short work of them. Yeah, that's what I meant. Do these things. You see some Telbrus legions still doing work, and that's a direct result of having so many of these fragments give them so much health, or rather so much armor, I should say, and shield armor. These guys, yeah, these still look. They have six upgrades, which will give them a lot of damage, so much damage, it's like all the damage. Attack wave on the way. These guys just run off. I think they're afraid. Rightfully so. Rightfully so, because the Void Templar are incredible units. Now I just wiped the floor with these guys. I like how all those roaches all kind of did the shimmy at the same time. It's kind of funny. Just clean out these guys. Alright, use the Shadow Cleave, the Spin to win, to, you know, win. And then intercept the rest of these Hydralisks. Just clean them out.
Here we go. Knock that train over.
Zeratul in here. Train number, I believe this is train number 6. Another Telbrus Legion. Of course, Telbrus does still get a lot of those kills. But the longer the game lasts, the stronger my Zealots become. So it's still really good. It still does a lot of damage for me. It still absorbs a lot of damage from me. Another fragment is just about to be ready. I believe that's fragment number 7. That's great. Fragment has been obtained.
Perhaps now we will have a moment's peace.
Unload all these guys temporarily to loosen the aggro on the Void Templar that I had that is taking damage. Put it back in. So we're still, yeah, it's 20 of these kills. Oh my goodness, that actually looks significant now. The 25 or so is no big deal, but 20 is actually taking a lot of kills away from my actual melee units. That seems a little troublesome. Attack wave will be on the way. We'll be here in 5 seconds. So, just set up my Void Templar to make a nice concave to catch the entire attack wave. Make it completely not a thing. Just look at how much vision they have on the map, thanks to these observers. They are not melee units, not even attacking units, but they're such a huge help for Zeratul. The concave allows me to make actually short work of this attack wave. This is a huge attack wave that a lot of guys have problems with. Not Zeratul. Oh no, sir, not Zeratul.
Our warriors are under attack.
Just tank that hydraulic damage because my Void Array has 7 shield armor. So it will take really not a lot of damage from all these guys. Collect another fragment. That is number 8. That's a lot of fragments. So once again, I use the demote dude. Really slow down these guys, or really demote these guys. Make them super vulnerable to whatever it is I throw at them. And with shield armor, they basically take no damage for most things. Look at that. 320 shields. The only time they actually take damage is this guy. The only time they take damage is in the early game. But they don't have a lot of shield yet. I use the Telbrus here to intercept the attack wave. Meanwhile, my main force of Void Templar is just erasing. Look at that. Look at how much damage. Look at how fast this trade goes down. That is insane. This is going to be insane. Meanwhile, the Telbrus Legion is still doing so much damage here. It does still take some damage from the Dude Lord itself. That is a bit painful, but the rest of the guys, they deal so much damage. And absorb also so much damage. So while my main force of Void Templar is deleting the trains, the Telbrus Legion just getting so much value off of attacking these bases. Look at that. Look at those swipey things. Really great. Another attack wave. That should be number 9. Ooh, random infestor over here.
Looks like our warriors are seeing some action.
My guys are just cleaving through these. Meanwhile, I have 9 upgrades now. That is incredible. That is tremendous. Just do the swipey thing. Just delete those queens in a single swipe. Because that's what Zeratul does. OP things. Last train.
Should be looking real empty right now. Not too many trains left.
It should be the largest escort, but I do still have another Telbrus Legion ready to go. Telbrus right off the bat, stealing so many kills. 8 already, that's insane. I think that Telbrus might have been a net negative here. While his Legion of Zealots does do a lot of damage, Telbrus himself also does insane damage. The train goes down quickly. The Zealots still do their damage, but Telbrus also still does his damage, which is kind of something that's not necessarily a great thing for melee Zeratul. But I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for it, also please leave in the comment. So, damage-wise, that's 288. Wow, it's not a lot. Turns out it's not a lot. 288089. Multiply that by Zealot 18.1%. Obviously, that's a melee unit. You add Telbrus themselves to ranged. 8.3 is a lot though. 12.8, that's fine. Most of Zeratul's damage is maybe let's okay here. How about this? Let's make it around a nice. Oh wait, 288098 or 089. There we go. That last 8 was a mistake. Let's put Zeratul around 12%, like a nice around 12% for all the air stuff. No, that's actually I don't think it's 12. Let's make 12.6. There we go. Just to take away all his auto attack anti-air. 12.7. There we go. You add the Void Templar, which is 60.7%. You get 263, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, total damage 3.41, very good. Yeah, as usual for Zeratul. And kills wise, that's 43%. You add the 25%. You add the 21%. Maybe I should make it 20.5 or yeah, 20.9. To deduct all those melee stuff. You multiply it by 3 to get 2.67. Very good. Yeah. Now for the cost efficiency. You have, first of all, the Void Templar themselves. So that's 469. Nice. And then 281 gas. How many Void Templar did they make? That's 32. I lost one somehow. Oh well. For the Telbrus Legion, I did use Legendary Legion cost. So that's 700. Wait, no, 560. 560 minerals. Multiply that by how many Telbrus did they make? 10. That's pretty expensive, actually. Oh my goodness. They did well, but they cost a lot. They cost a pretty penny. Ooh, pretty expensive for Zeratul. Yikes. That's where he gets you. The cost. He's pretty expensive, especially the second prestige. But that brings up to 6.35. So you guys will decide how well Zeratul will ultimately place. He probably won't be first, but I think he's pretty far from last. So a poll will go up tomorrow asking you guys whether you like Void Templar, Zeratul, and Telbrus Zealots relative to other melee units. So please vote on that poll. I will see you guys next time.